Welcome back, Focus Learners. So thrilled you're here with us. Today, we're bringing you a brand new explainer on something that is absolutely foundational to your entire coding journey. You know, if you've ever found yourself wondering how software actually gets things done behind the scenes, well, you're in exactly the right place. We are diving deep into Python operators, which I honestly like to call the engine of logic. So let's just jump right in. Think about it for a second. How does Python actually calculate your monthly salary? Or figure out those sweet shopping discounts during a huge sale? Or even determine if you're eligible for some specific AI-driven recommendation? These definitely aren't just abstract ideas. They're the real-world utilities we all rely on every single day. And behind every single one of those calculations is an operator, just working silently in the background. So here's our roadmap for this explainer. First step, the engine of Python logic. Then, math and assignment operators. Next, comparison and logical operators, followed by membership and identity operators. After that, we'll look at avoiding common Python pitfalls, and finally, we'll cap it off by building a simple calculator. Okay, section 1, the engine of Python logic. Variables are the nouns, but operators are the verbs. If you really think of code like a spoken language, variables are your nouns, right? They're the things, the broad data, but operators, they are your verbs, they're the action. Technically speaking, they are special symbols used to perform operations on variables and values. And honestly, you just can't build a program without them. They act as the essential logic gates for literally everything, from a basic digital calculator to the most advanced machine learning algorithms. Without operators, your data just kind of sits there doing nothing. With operators, boom, your data comes to life. Moving on to section 2, math and assignment operators, unlocking foundational calculations and automation. Let's explore arithmetic operators first. You're going to recognize the basics right away. The plus sign for addition, minus for subtraction, the asterisk for multiplication, and the forward slash for division. We use these all the time for everyday tasks, like calculating total exam marks or figuring out a base salary. But take a look at the bottom 3 symbols. We've got the percent sign, which in Python is the modulus operator. Basically, it just gives you the remainder of a division. And here's a fun fact for you. The modulo operator is actually the secret hero behind cryptography and keeping digital clocks on time. Pretty cool, right? Then we have the double forward slash. That's floor division, which basically chops off the decimal points. And finally, the double asterisk, which is for exponents, so think calculating compound interest. These symbols, they are your mathematical heavy lifters. Next up, we have assignment operators. Now, the single equal sign is definitely the most common one. It simply assigns a value to a variable, super simple. But, you know, as developers, we absolutely love efficiency. And that is exactly where the other symbols come in. A plus followed by an equal sign literally means add and assign. So instead of writing out score equals score plus 10, you just type score plus equals 10. It dynamically updates the value right there on the spot. These act as a vital shortcut, just keeping your code so much cleaner and way more readable. Section 3, comparison and logical operators, empowering your code to make decisions. So, we use comparison operators to compare two values, and the cool thing is, they always result in a simple true or false. We have the double equal sign to check if two things are exactly the same. We have the exclamation point followed by an equal sign, which translates to not equal to. And then, of course, your standard greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. Imagine you're writing a program to check if a student passed an exam. You just use the greater than or equal to operator to check if their score is 50 or above. It's absolutely the core of automated decision-making. But wait, what if your decisions are a bit more complex? Well, that is exactly where logical operators step in. These are and, or, and not. They let you combine multiple conditions together. For instance, say you want to get a bank loan. Maybe you need a high credit score and a certain salary. Both of those must be true. But for something like a shopping discount, maybe you get it if you're a student or a senior citizen. In that case, only one needs to be true. And the not operator, it just simply reverses the result. These operators act like a modern truth table, letting you build highly sophisticated logic flowcharts directly into your Python code. All right, section 4, membership and identity operators, advanced data sorting for AI and lists. Let's kick this off with membership operators, which honestly are brilliantly straightforward. They are quite literally just the words in and not in. Let's say you've got this massive list of registered user emails. If a new user tries to sign up, you can simply write if email in user list. Boom. Python effortlessly searches the entire list for you. It's incredibly readable. I mean, it's almost like plain English, and it completely saves you from having to write complex multi-line search loops from scratch. Huge time saver. Now, identity operators. These are frequently misunderstood. The words is and is not might look like comparison operators, but they actually do something totally different. While a double equal sign checks if the values of two variables are the same, the is operator checks if they point to the exact same memory location inside your computer. Think of it like this. You can have two identical-looking houses on totally different streets. The double equal sign says, hey, they look the same. But the is operator says, no, they are the exact same physical house. Understanding this difference is absolutely crucial. I guarantee you it will come up in job interviews for sure. Moving on to Section 5, Avoiding Common Python Pitfalls, Navigating the Syntax Traps of Coding. All right, welcome to the ultimate showdown, the single equals versus the double equals. Hands down, this is the most common error beginners face. A single equal sign is an assignment. It's an order. You are flat out telling the computer, make the salary 50,000. But the double equal sign, that's a comparison. It is a question. You're asking the computer, hey, is the salary currently 50,000? If you accidentally use a single equals when you really meant to ask a question, your code is going to crash. Or even worse, it'll secretly overwrite your data. So remember, never ever confuse setting a value with asking question. Just a couple of other quick pitfalls to watch out for. First off, division issues. Always remember that a standard single/slash division in Python will always result in a float, so a decimal number, even if it divides perfectly evenly. If you actually want a whole number, you've got to use that double slash, floor division we talked about earlier. Second, operator precedence. Just like back in high school algebra, Python follows a strict order of operations. Multiplication and division always happen before addition and subtraction. If you misunderstand this, your algorithm is going to silently calculate the wrong numbers, and you'll be left spending 3 hours debugging what is essentially just a middle school math error. Yikes. So when in doubt, just use parentheses to force the exact order you want. And finally, Section 6, Building a Simple Calculator, putting our new coding tool belt into action. Building a basic app like this takes just 3 simple steps. Step 1, we use a variable and an assignment operator to store a number that the user types in. Step 2, we use an if statement combined with comparison operators to check which math operation they actually want to perform. And step 3, we apply our arithmetic operators to do the math and then just output the result. Honestly, it is really that elegant. It just goes to show how totally accessible application building can be once you really understand those core logic verbs. Okay, now let's make sure all this amazing information actually sticks. Before you ever walk into a technical interview, you should be able to answer these key questions without any hesitation. What are operators? Well, they're the special symbols that perform actions on values. What's the difference between a single equals and a double equals? One assigns, the other compares. Can you explain logical operators? Yep, they combine conditions using and, or, and not. Seriously, practice saying these answers out loud. Active recall is for sure the best way to cement your understanding. And hey, I am definitely not letting you off the hook that easily. Here is your official assignment for this explainer. I challenge you to open up your Python environment today, yes, today, and create 2 things: a working calculator and a program that calculates a student's percentage from their marks, checking if they passed or failed using logical operators. Taking what we went over today and actually typing it out yourself, well, that's where the real magic happens. Operators aren't just math symbols. They are the active verbs that breathe life and logic into every line of Python code. You now know the grammar of this language. So, I guess the only question left is, what digital world are you going to build tomorrow? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer-focused learners. Now get out there and start coding.